SSIS module is going on, and we are working on the SSIS project. And in the previous video, the last video, we worked out on the control flow task, and we designed some these tasks in the control flow, and we see how to control the task using the control flow. And now we will work out on the data flow task. Data flow, as we know, is the most important task, and it's the heart of the SSIS, and the ETL process is done by using the data flow task. So to implement this ETL in this data flow task, we will use the source and the destination. First, we will design the basic ETL where there will be one source, which will be the Excel sheet, and this SSIS will extract the data from the Excel sheet, and it will load into the SQL server. So we can use the source assistant to configure our source, or we can directly use the Excel source or Excel destination component from here. I'm going to use the source assistant. By using this, we can design the source, which is our Excel sheet, and I can show you this Excel sheet as well. This is the Excel sheet with the name of customer detail, and it has the these Excel it has these sheets inside this Excel workbook. There are three sheets. One is the mail underscore data, and this mail underscore data has the columns customer key, this first name, last name, marital status, gender, email address, and yearly income. So the Excel sheet will act as a database. This Excel workbook act as a database, and inside this workbook there are the sheets. These are treated as a table when we are using this in the SSIS. So this will be our table. And now we are going to the SSIS, this SQL Server data tool, to use this Excel sheet. So this is the source assistant column. Here we will select the source type is the Excel, and we will create our new connection manager, and it will ask the path of the this Excel sheet, and I will select that path for this Excel sheet which I just showed. So it's on the desktop, customer detail file. This is our source file from where SSIS will extract the data. So this red cross is showing that we have to configure this source, because we have to select the sheet from this Excel source. We have already seen there are three sheets which act as a table. And here are the data access methods available. We can use as a table or view, or we can use table name or variable view named variables. In this variable, we can give this table names, or we can use directly the SQL command and our SQL command variables. Right now, I will use the table view, and the sheet of the Excel sheet which we have seen there are the three. In this Excel workbook, there are three sheets. One is the customer complete data, and female data, and male data. This sheet, which is act as a table, is coming here with the dollar sign. It means this is the sheet inside the Excel workbook. It will act as a table. If it is without the dollar sign, it will be as a view. If you will select some data from that sheet, then it will become like as a without dollar sign. So I'm using this sheet mail underscore data as a table, and we can preview this one. It will show us the data available in that Excel sheet in this table mail underscore data. So this is the data in that Excel sheet. And so this error is coming because the Excel sheet was opened. I have to close the Excel sheet, then only I can configure this source assistant. So I have to close the Excel sheet. I close the Excel sheet, and now I will configure this source assistant, and I will select this mail data, and I can preview the data inside this one. And Now I can see the columns. If I need only some particular column, I can select only those columns, or otherwise I can use all the columns. Right now I will use all the columns. And this is the error output. Here, this is the columns which I have selected coming from the Excel source, and this is the error. Error mean if there is any error will come in these columns regarding the invalid data, or some data is not matching according to the destination, or this error will have give us three options. So here we have the options: ignore failure. If we will select this option, then if there is any error will come, it will ignore and it will keep continue. Or we can select the option redirect rows. So when we will select the redirect rows, this source assistant will ask us the where it will redirect this row if there is the error in this column. So suppose there is some another Excel sheet where we will redirect those rows which have the problems, or we can select any other source, some text file. We can write the errors in those files by using this option, redirect option. And there is third option is fail component, which is the default option. And if this option is there, then if there is any error will come in this column, then this uh, task will be failed. This will not keep continue. This component will be failed. And the third column is the truncation column, and this column also related to the truncates error. If the widths are for the source and destination are not matching, if source is big size column and the destination is small size column, and if there is data truncation will occur, then it will we can configure the action according to our choice. We can select that ignore the failure, so let the truncation to keep continue, or we can say the redirect the rows to some other destination, so that these rows which have the errors with the truncation can go into that destination. Or we can keep it as it is, which is the default fail component. If there is truncation will come, this task will be failed. This will not keep continue and the component will be failed. So right now I will keep all the things as it is, just to see how the data will be extracted from the source and will go to the destination. And now I have to use the destination assistant. My source is the Excel, my destination is the SQL server. I will use the this data to go load into the SQL server table. So I have to select the SQL server, and I already designed this destination in the previous video while we are working for the control flow. There we designed this connection SQL server 2K with our trading database. So I will use this database as it is, and now I have to configure this destination. I can write the proper names for these all the controls components. It's better to use the some proper name. These names should be meaningful according to our uh, components usage. And now I will this source has two arrows. One is the blue, one is the red. Blue is to the this task to configure the successful output. If there is some error will come, we can direct the error to we will direct to another destination. Like we have seen there are the errors output. If there is some output, if we will configure redirect this error, then we can redirect this error to somewhere else. So right now we will design a very simple ETL package. There is only will be use the source and destination. ETL is extracting the data from the sources and then doing some transformation so that the data should be consistent according to our destination. But right now I'm not using this transformation, and I'm using the directly to extract the data and upload into the destination. Very simple ETL. So I will edit and will configure this one. We have to select the now this the destination is our SQL server, and here one more option is coming, the fast load. Table view method is same as usual. We have to select the tables, and if we will use the this fast load tabular view, it will give some extra options. This fast load will insert the data as a bulk. So it will load the data into the destination as a bulk, and we can implement this table lock if we want. We can click this option. We can use this option either to check constraints or keep identity. Keep now these options are providing when we are using this mode, and we can set the bulk insert value also, how much data will be inserted in a one batch. So we can set all these options by using this fast load method. But I will use the table view, and the best way is to use the SQL command, because in the SQL command we will use only those, we will select only those columns which are required to load data into the destination. It will also control the traffic flow. So the recommended way is to use the SQL command. But right now I will use the table, and I can, if the table already there, I can use the table from here. If not, I can click the new, and it will create the table according to the source. It's taking the fields and the types from the source, and then it will create the table into our destination, and we have to map these fields. So these are already, because the destination and the source tables are same, the keys are matching by default. I can, if I don't want to match any key, I can ignore, and this error output is same if we want to ignore or redirect our fill component. So right now it's very simple package, so I will use as it is, and I will now execute this ETL package. It will extract the data and will load into the destination. So let's see, this new table will be created, and that there are 19 rows in our source Excel file. So these all are successful. It's loaded. We can verify from the SQL Server Management Studio by checking that table. This is the SQL Server Management Studio, and this is the database which we used for our destination. The database name is the trading DB, and this is the table which is created during the SSIS data flow execution task, and data is transferred in that table. Invalid object name, so I think so I have the wrong name. I have to see the table name. So this is the table name. I will copy. So table name, and there are 19 rows. Yes. So data is transferred successfully.